Hey y'all, I hope you've had a good day. So, they were out at the Beach Creek area looking for Summer today. I haven't heard that they came across anything. In one way, I'm grateful for that. In another way, we still don't know where she is. And that's the problem. We need to know where she is. It was making me think. I've thought this a lot, actually, in regards to the pings and the digital data that they've been trying to recover from Dawn and Candace's phone and Hunter's and all of that, right? Well, I got thinking, do you remember Ronnie Lawson said when they were out there hunting for her when she first came up missing that they were having a hard time communicating with each other because of the lack of service? They might get, you know, a transmission to one, but then they can't return it to let them know that they received that message. And it just makes me wonder that just because of the area, if, and I don't know this, if they don't have service, are they able to collect data if they're in a certain area? I don't think so. Doesn't make sense that they would be able to, because it goes off of the cell phone towers. And if they don't have service, then they wouldn't know they were there, right? And it just made me wonder, like, okay, so I'm thinking one of two things right now. One, they got some digital data that led them to targeted areas that they were searching today. Or two, is it possible that maybe Dawn said something? Probably not, but which leads me to this conversation I come across today. And this was done a day ago. And I've never seen this guy, and I bet y'all know who he is. His name is Jamie. Candace was on panel with him. She called into him. I don't know if he's part of the church or who he is exactly. And I'm sure y'all will let me know because I really do want to know who this guy is. But she was on his panel, and she was, to me, it appeared, in my opinion, that she had been drinking. And she was going on to say that she had been on the phone with Dawn and that they got into an argument. He told her that he doesn't trust her. And that came after, excuse me, her telling him that she started a YouTube channel. And he got really angry about that. Maybe he's worried she might say something, but then we got a good old Tim Mullen over there making sure she doesn't. And I think she started it partly because she's lonely and wants to make friends. And I think it's wrong for him to control her on her own YouTube channel. I mean, if she wants to get on there and sing a sad song, what's it hurting, really? I mean, it's not like we don't know she drinks and that she's going through a lot of stuff right now. I mean, she's all of a sudden on her own after how long? Empty house. Makes sense. But she told him that he got really mad when she mentioned that the people that she was talking to, which one was Benny and one is Jamie, and don't know who Jamie is. We know she's crushing on Benny, but I think she kind of realizes that that's not going to be anything because he's interested in Penny and she's a beautiful girl. She told him that you're acting like a fool. And she said she went off on him, saying, well, she said it a lot cruder than this, but she said, well, you had sex with someone in my house, and I've never done that to anyone on you, but that's not true because, well, allegedly, Allie walked in on her and Jose having relations, and that was the fallout between her and Allie. And remember, Hunter was really upset about that too. He called his dad immediately, just tore to pieces. So something happened, but I honestly think they both have cheated over the years. They don't seem like they're that into each other. And what I find odd about her, well, let me go on and tell you this because this will be why I say that. She told him that she loved him and she's needing to make it about her and the kids, and she wants him to be there too, but if he can't support her, basically, she's going to have to let him go. And we heard 2 or 3 days ago that she was done with him and that she loves him, but she's not in love with him. And basically, she's just going to worry about her and the boys and move forward. And, he was yelling at her, all you care about is you and your YouTube. And I honestly wish she would talk a little bit more on her YouTube. Chris Madonna interview, I caught that really today, actually. And I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, golly. Oh, help me, Lord. Oh, my mind's like going in a million different directions right now. It'll probably come back to me. But he did go, I'm going to go on and it'll probably come back to me. He did say that if you're friends with Jamie and Benny, then I can't be with you. He doesn't want her talking to anyone. And he ended up hanging up on her. And I'm like asking myself, okay, is this jealousy? Or is it something else? Is he afraid that she might slip up and say something? I don't know. I just think that she wants to talk, and that's why she started her YouTube. And I say, let her do it. Someone asked her who Jody Sue was. I'm sure they already knew. And she said, oh, she used to be a neighbor of mine. And she goes, don't even get me started. She's a dumb A-B. Fill in the blanks. But it really does make me wonder, like, was the search over something they've heard, the pings, Is it Dawn? I don't know. And I got thinking, okay, we know there's missing time. I spoke with someone at the Sonic when I was there, and he was a manager, and he told me he wasn't supposed to talk to me about anything or anyone about this. But the FBI and the law enforcement were there and wanted to know if they remember seeing Summer, and they wanted footage. And they actually had someone there that remembered seeing her, and she was like giddy and saying hi, and remember just bringing the slushies out and all that. But he went on to say that they found the footage of them being there. So, like, in my mind, I'm going to assume she was there. For me, that's... So she gets home, she drops Hunter off, she gets home. She's asleep in the truck. That milk picture has always bothered me. Did something happen between Hunter's house and home? Could it be an accident? Did she get overheated? Did she drink something out of that orange Coke that was laying on the seat? Did Grandma put something in the orange Coke? Because we know she drinks, and she takes, who knows what she takes for her knee. Did Summer drink something and she wasn't well in that picture? And did she pass away that way? And it was an accident, sort of, kind of, depending on the circumstances. And then they get home, and then there's hours missing between the time they get home and the time they call the police. Okay, let's say she panics. She calls Don. He comes home. They do something with her which is unacceptable, just unimaginable. Can you imagine that your baby, who you're supposed to love, you're supposed to cherish, and she's your world, and all the things that they've said, something happens to her, and you're going to discard her body? You're going to hide it? If that's what happened. And then you remember Jody Sue saying that Andy came in saying that he had seen Summer's body that day. Did they discard her body? And that's so criminal and so self-absorbed and so disgusting to think about. It's horrendous. It's very criminal. You're thinking more about yourself getting in trouble for something than you are taking care of your little daughter's body or trying to get her to the hospital. Maybe she needs her stomach pumped, or who knows. But instead of thinking along those lines, you're worried about yourself. So you're going to discard her like she was nothing. Or it's something even more sinister. I don't like to think about that either. I don't see any really good outcome to this. None of it feels good, none of it sits right. And just the fact that they were out there looking and hunting for this little baby in the fields is heavy. It's a heavy feeling. And I wonder, like, why is it that so many of us out here feel this heaviness, this sadness over the thought of her being out there somewhere, and we're not really seeing the emotion from the parents that, in my opinion, should be felt. But Don and Candace definitely are falling apart. Don's losing his control. He's confined in a little room, can't get out. And you know how he likes to control things. And then we got Candace out here trying to be her own person and live her best life, trying to get her kids back. And, I was thinking, I've heard a lot of rumors, and that's all it is. I'm not saying it's fact, but that she has a large sum of money from all these people sending it in to help her out. Hardworking people out there who get up, go to work every day to earn that money, and people are sending it to her so that she can be comfortable sitting at home. Maybe she didn't do all the horrible things that people think she did. And maybe it was an accident, but it's criminal to have hid that. It's horrible. I think I'd much rather think that it was an accident than all the other theories out there. But I don't like the thought, I can't stand the thought that they would just discard her. And I just still don't buy that she was abducted. And if someone came up there and took her, I fully believe that they have been to that property before and knew the property well and knew the family. But I can't see someone running across the driveway from the woods to the house and going into the basement and taking her out and running across the driveway again and down the woods and out down the road. Just doesn't make sense. I just don't think that happened. Well, to me, it's obvious that the police are working on something. They have some kind of lead. Maybe they have a direction now that we don't know about. Maybe we'll find out soon. But if it was an accident, I really wish that Candace would just step up, be brave enough to say, look, this is what happened. It was an accident. We didn't handle it right. We freaked out. And just deal with whatever the consequences are. I don't think Dawn's going to be getting out anytime soon. Not for a long time, I don't think. So Candace needs to make some decisions for herself. But I was going to say, people are donating all this money. I heard she had a sum of like $90,000. It's probably not that much, but she's still got a chunk of change from what I'm understanding. I don't know who that's coming from, but it could be just speculation and rumor, like everything else in this case. But if it's true, I kind of got a problem with it, just as someone on the outside looking in and seeing all these people sending their hard-earned money and seeing her on the internet still drinking, and some of the money that she's getting is going on alcohol and probably marijuana too. Maybe not. Well, I guess I'm gonna get off here. I just y'all know I get on and just kind of rant once in a while, just kind of think out loud with y'all. I don't, like I told you, I don't have anyone at home to talk about these things with. So y'all are it. Anyways, well, listen, I hope y'all have a good night, and I'll be back. Have a good night.